Disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. I know you've had your fill. It's time to take your second red pill. Damaged disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. This world is fake, and now you escape. You're better off getting out of this maze. Damaged disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. Damaged disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. Damaged disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. We are back to still ongoing coverage of David Wilcock's Ascension is Coming Soon scam. And it's very important that we just put on the record and establish that this is not the first time that David Wilcock has run the Ascension is Coming Soon scam, hence the thumbnail. Which basically says, no, really, it's coming. I can feel it. Ascension is really coming this time. Because for those unaware, leading up to the year 2000, David Wilcock ran the Ascension is Coming Soon scam, in which he claimed everybody would get superpowers and there'd be a mass solar event that would elevate the consciousness of most humans on planet Earth, but you need to buy his shit to prepare for the coming changes, major Earth worldwide changes. And then, of course, the year 2000 came and went and nothing happened. So David Wilcock did he did what I call the Cosmic Con shuffle. He went away for a little while, hoped everybody forgot how wrong he was that Ascension was coming in the year 2000, and moved on to other scams, like the secret space scam or other scams, leading up to the year 2012. Because of the Mayan calendar prophecies, he ran the Ascension is Coming. I mean it this time, really, guys, I could feel it. He ran that scam again, leading up to the year 2012. Now, here we are in the year 2025, and he's running the exact same scam with a few changes. Before, he said he was channeling Ra. Now he says he's channeling the Archangel Michael because, angels typically do lie and claim to be gods. This flies in the face of all established theology. Angels don't lie to people in their communications. And yet David Wilcock expects us to believe that the Archangel Michael lied to him and first pretended to be the Egyptian god Ra. And I do have, for tonight's bonus round, I do have an incredible recorded phone call of David Wilcock channeling this entity that he first claimed was Ra. And then the tape I have, he's claiming it's the Egyptian god. He's the Egyptian god Ra. Now he claims he's channeling the Archangel Michael. It's pretty ridiculous. So we'll take a moment to welcome in the live chat. There's a lot going on, actually, for this week. We have a new wackadoo of the week. Somebody found Jason Sands in a space, saying all the crazy shit that he says about being an alien assassin, how the government, sent him off to kill an alien or non-human biologic in a cave somewhere. They just sent him in there to, I don't know. But we'll be bringing you that this week. We'll take a moment to welcome in the live chat, whether you're chatting on the kick.com chat, the Twitch chat, the YouTube chat, or the Twitter chat. Welcome one and all. And I see we already have some kind and generous benefactors in the audience. Review Tech Mongolia with one for the goal says, prepared for the stream by bathing in my own pee. Well, that's just brilliant. That's what you got to do. Did you get your superpowers yet? Or, I always wonder, do you get the superpowers as soon as you bathe in the piss? Or do you have to keep bathing in the piss until the superpowers just show up? I don't know, but thank you, Review Tech Mongolia.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
Yeah, so I was looking for, there's a Spudwife on Twitter posted recently, David Wilcock claiming that Ascension was coming in 2012. So we're going to start with that. And then I have a piece, thanks to Macario, who clipped it together. And thank you, Review Tech Mongolia. Al Garay is still waiting on his superpowers. Thank you, Al Garay. Moth Loves Detracting is here with one for the goal. David Wilcock has a false sense of enlightenment. I thought at first it said entitlement, which would be accurate about Mr. Wilcock, but enlightenment. Yeah, he thinks he's enlightened somehow. I don't understand. At some point I say, like, how are people still listening to this guy? He was wrong about 2012. He was wrong about the year 2000. He was wrong about the entire secret space program's scam stories that he sold for 5 years. And thank you, Moth Loves Detracting.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash.
Mr. Sauce is here. Thank you, Moth Loves Detracting. Big support tonight. Let's go, Stavatti, says Mr. Sauce. Okay, so just to sort of put a bookend on the Ascension is coming soon scam. Also, David Wilcock is, I'm going to do our countdown. Dave's till January 1st, 2026. David Wilcock is also planning a live event, and he's trying to hurry up and get it booked. And he has to hurry up and get this live event booked before the year 2026 hits. Because remember, David Wilcock has been swearing up and down now for 2 years that Ascension would come in 2025. I'm fairly positive that Ascension is not going to come. And so his grift, his entire latest scam, is going to come crashing down in just 156 more days. If January 1st, 2026 comes and there is no mass arrests and no Ascension, then David Wilcock, I will be correct again, because believe it or not, way back in, 1999, I was reading his nonsense first website and saying that this was a scam, leading up to the year 2012 when he said Ascension is coming, December 2012. I said this is a scam. And here I am again, David Wilcock, saying that your Ascension is coming in 2025. Predictions and prophecies are also a scam. And it's very important that we take note of this and put this on the record. Each time David Wilcock runs the Ascension is coming soon scam, he extracts money from morons on the internet who have to pay him to prepare for these coming whole earth changes. And now he's talking about he's going to go to 6D and other people are only going to go to 4D. And come on, dude. Anyway, it's important to note that each time he runs this scam, he falsely predicts some big major event coming, like Ascension, and then he steals money from morons to help them prepare for the coming Ascension, but then the coming Ascension doesn't come, which proves that he's a scammer and a con artist. And David Wilcock, I just have one thing to say, and that is TikTok, motherfucker. TikTok. Because you only have 156 more days before everybody knows that this is now the third time that you have run this scam. And I just want to put on the record that that would make me absolutely correct in saying that each time he's done this Ascension is coming soon thing, it was a scam. If we hit January 1st, 2026, and there's no mass arrests and there's no Ascension, I will have been correct 3 times in predicting that David Wilcock is running a scam for morons. So, TikTok, David Wilcock. David Wilcock has said, I'm a child predator, I'm a Satan worshiper, I'm a deep state agent, I'm a terrorist, I'm sending him death threats, I'm terrorizing him, I'm worse than the Unabomber, and I'm going to get arrested, and I'm going to get the death penalty. Again, I just want to put this on the record. David Wilcock, you are not the good guy in this situation, in this, let's just call it a disagreement between you and I. You are not the good guy. I am here saving people from being scammed by an online predator with a history of being an online predator, con artist, and scammer. And you are the guy who has been consistently scamming your viewers and your audience for decades now. In what universe do you think you're the good guy in this story? And by the way, David Wilcock falsely he was talking in his recent court appearance about the Dark Alliance documentary series. David Wilcock, this whole story of you being a huge scammer is not finished when it comes to the Dark Alliance. And, you know, there's a saying that history is written by the victors. First of all, he's also claimed that he's going to spend up to $1 million to sue me. Well, good luck with that, because I live in an anti-slap lawsuit state. I'll get it dismissed. But I think he's broke as shit, and this is just posturing and him trying to scare me into silence, which is basically the textbook definition of a slap lawsuit. So no, David Wilcock, I'm not getting arrested. You're not going to sue me, at least not successfully. You could. And I mean, we live in a free world here. You know, and people in the United States are very sue happy or litigious. That's my big word for the day. You're not going to be able to defend yourself. Remember, we'll have a jury. Do you really think 12 people are going to hear your history of scamming morons on the internet and decide that what I'm doing here, telling people the truth, is terrorism? Do you really believe that in your sick, mentally deranged, delusional mind? Because I would bet my house that a jury of 12 people will not award you anything for anything that I have said about you. And you know, you got to also realize, Mr. Wilcock, that the accuracy of my reporting which you are claiming is slander and defamation, that's what will be on trial if this goes to a legal courtroom situation. The accuracy of my reporting. Can you prove that the Pete Peterson scam wasn't a scam? Can you prove that the Emery Smith PayPal donation thing wasn't a scam? Can you prove it wasn't a scam when you scammed morons for what was it, 5, 6, 7, 8 years? For secret space stories, documentaries, live conference appearance? Come and pay us and hear about Corey Good's real secret space adventures. And then Corey Good admits under oath that he made all the stories up. And by the way, there is substantial and supportive evidence that you helped him make up those stories and you knew those stories were fake. And all of that would be shown to the jury. All of it. Your grift is coming crashing down in just 156 more days, David Wilcock, and I'm here for it. And I will be here to dance on and piss on the grave of your con artist career, because it's coming to an end. Just like Corey Good's whole scam came to a crashing halt. How's he doing money-wise? And by the way, David Wilcock is crying constantly. He's begging like DSP to his followers. He could barely survive on $258,000 a year. Trolly troll troll. If anybody should sue anybody, you should sue David Wilcock. Well, I actually have actionable, right to do so. He's called me a child predator to 500,000 people. He's claimed I've sent him death threats. He's claimed I got him swatted. He's claimed that I stole money out of his bank account. All of these things are completely and totally false, trolly troll troll. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support.
Praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty, praise the cash. Praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Thank you, Trolly Troll Troll, who's a longtime show supporter. Much appreciated. Thank you, Trolly Troll Troll. And Canny Death Squad is here with a nice one for the goal. His lawsuit wouldn't even make it to trial. It would cost you money, though. Yeah, well, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to, he knows I have a wife and children and a family and bills and so what he's trying to do is scare me, Canny Death Squad. Like, maybe I'll just stop covering David Wilcock because I don't want to go through the expense of a lawsuit or whatever. And what everybody forgets this too. There's something in the lawsuit process called the discovery process. I'd be able to demand all the emails between him and Corey the entire time they were running the secret space scam. I'd be able to subpoena all of his financial records. I'd be able to subpoena all the emails concerning his charitable foundation, 501c3, what I believe is a scam. I'll be able to subpoena text messages, phone records, anything I want to defend my case that's reasonable. And I'll get those things. And if he thinks I'm dangerous right now, just doing research, imagine how dangerous I would be with subpoena power over him, right? But thank you, Ranny. I hope I'm saying that right. Or Ranny Death Squad, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Much, much appreciated.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Yeah, I could subpoena the cassette tapes, or at least an audio recording of all of them, and imagine the material we would have. So, tick-tock, David Wilcock, motherfucker. Tick-tock, motherfucker. 156 more days is all you have on your current scam. Now, let's be clear. David Wilcock is an experienced con artist and an experienced swindler and scammer. He's not just going to stop scamming when this one goes south. He's going to go away for a little while, and I think he can't really afford to. He needs the money too badly. That's why he's been doing weekly streams, to try to eke out a living from whatever morons are still listening to him. I can't believe anybody is still listening to him, honestly. And I have some clips to share about that. But before we begin, let's talk about this. David Wilcock and the Ascension is coming soon scam. One moment. Here we go. So this is David Wilcock leading up to 2012, telling everybody that Ascension is coming soon.
For what it's worth, that some of us will be able to have ascended abilities. I mean, full-on ascended abilities prior to the actual shift happening. So that would be very cool, because what we're expecting after 2012 is a 100 times more harmonious utopian world where things like time travel, levitation, instant telepathy, instant healing, telekinesis are as common and as everyday as breathing. And I look forward to that time.
Oh yeah, we're all getting
now,
superpowers.
I've been told that any one of us in this room, anyone, if you're willing to do your practice, which basically involves the acceptance and the forgiveness of the self.
Oh, you just have to
and
forgive
if you get
yourself.
that down, then you start
then
looking at everyone else. If somebody else upsets you, the only reason why they would is because they're hitting an issue that you have. So if somebody does something and it no longer is your issue, you won't be upset by them. If you can find that peace and that equanimity within yourself, then you will be the most compatible
for
this change that is coming. Okay, now my readings have told me, for what it's worth, that some of us will be able to have ascended abilities.
Ascended
I mean,
abilities.
full-on ascended abilities prior to the actual shift
Superpowers.
happening. So that would be very cool, because what we're expecting after 2012 is...
Yeah, so there he is. There's the evidence and the proof that he has been promising people superpowers since the year 2000, leading up to the year 2000 was the first time he ran that scam. But, well, that's weird. 1 second. How did that happen? Let's try this again. But I thought before we get into this latest week's clips of his nonsense, it would be a good thing just to show David Wilcock's financial desperation. Macario put this clip together, and it is basically David Wilcock begging. He's begging like a crackhead like DSP, and also confirming that he took money that he should have paid his income taxes with, and he gave it to Stavatti Aerospace, which is it's been called an investment scam and a Ponzi scheme in courtroom documents. And yeah, not a really wise financial decision to take $1.5 million that you're supposed to pay your income tax with and give it to a company that was later called an investment scam. I believe David Wilcock was scammed, just like the investor who sued them believes he was scammed, and he's never going to see a dime of his money.
There's a lot more to talk about, folks, but also, please, if you do feel compelled to purchase the Michael Prophecies when I can get it released, there is a critical need for funds right now because, frankly, I have a massive tax bill from last year that I need to pay. So, once again, I'm in this boat.
I'm going to try that.
So that I have enough money
I'm
to
going to try that.
Survive. I'm delaying tax payments right now.
Here he is telling his followers, I don't have enough money to survive. But what you need to know is while he's saying this, he's living in $1 million mansion in Colorado. Maybe you should sell the mansion, buddy. Maybe you should sell the mansion. If you can't afford that mansion, why should your dumb as rocks followers have to give you money to support a millionaire's lifestyle? Have you given the world millions of value? I don't think so. I think all you do is scam people and offer them false hope. David Wilcock is the textbook definition of a false prophet.
Things like this have to happen, so I'm on a payment plan. But, we're going to get this all straightened out.
He still hasn't straightened it out.
You guys did step up.
2023.
Thank you so much. You guys actually did support me financially, and so I was able to address 7 different very bad debts.
He scammed himself. Karma.
The tax debt,
yes.
I have a couple tax debts that are massive, and I'm nowhere near that, but I paid off taxes on the house I grew up in, which my mom is now renting, so that's really great because we got a tenant now.
So he has rental income. Why does he need YouTube income?
I hadn't worked out with New York, and I got all that stuff straightened out. If you pay taxes, which you should, then the field that I am in, by legal definition, they call it entertainment. Now that
what he does is entertainment. It's okay if he's scamming people and giving them false information because it's just entertainment. This is a shitty argument. Do you mark all your streams for entertainment purposes only while you're telling people that you're getting sacred knowledge from angels? I've never seen you put a disclaimer in that this is just entertainment, but he's going to try to use that. And then he specifically has to say, I'm not lying to you.
Stuff straightened out. If you pay taxes, which you should, then the field that I am in, by legal definition, they call it entertainment. Now, that does not mean I'm lying to you. I literally am over $1 million in debt.
Oh, suffer IRS payment plan.
I've been over $1 million in debt for 2 years. It's very frightening to be this much in debt. It's very frightening to not even be able to pay your tax payment. I mean, I've been able to pay my tax installments, but I'm on installment plans. And some of them last a long time.
Plan.
This is how I felt when I had money. I felt that I had a civic responsibility to spend that money for the greater good.
Yeah, so the greater good was investing in a company that for 30 years hasn't produced a single airplane product or service. This moron gave them something. I've heard different figures from him over $1 million at least.
And I worked so hard on that I got myself in tax trouble because I wanted all my money to go there. And then I just kind of assumed, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, so he gave his IRS tax money that he owed in income tax to a company that was later called an investment scam. Genius, super genius of the millennium here. Great investor.
I've now spent 2 years, I'm over $1 million, way over $1 million in debt. So I've got all these envelopes stacked up upstairs that I could open up that tell me that my life is over. And I'm so deeply in debt.
Suffer, mailman, bringing me bad news.
And $1.4 million in debt that I can't pay. You know, nobody's buying the books. I'm horribly broke.
This is basically a weekly, every week he begs to his followers, I'm destitute, I can barely survive. I mean, to be able to do that with a straight face while you're living in $1 million mansion, that takes a certain kind of, I think, psychopath or sociopath. But I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I don't know. I just think that it's sociopathic or psychopathic to sit there in $1 million mansion and tell people that you're having trouble surviving and you need them to give you money so that you could survive.
I can never make enough money to survive. I barely am making enough money to pay my tax payments from old taxes. If you order this product, it could be pretty quick that my financial problems are solved. If I make more money than the money I owe in taxes, it's all going back to things like...
Yeah, any money he makes other than the tax money, he's going to give to Stavatti like a fucking moron. How much money at this point, October 2023, did you already give that company and you haven't seen a dime back, but you're going to give them more money? What a genius.
Travel, concrete, repair, pipes, electrical, heating and cooling, you name it. I mean, that's where the money's going, folks. I mean, I'm already essentially destroyed. How many people are $1.4 million in debt?
Only morons. Or, in my opinion, if you somehow become $1.4 million in debt, especially to the IRS, then you are a complete and total moron. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Of course, in fairness to Mr. Wilcock, I have to put on the record that I have an accountant for a wife. My wife is, a corporate accountant. So our taxes are always done properly. But, if you're making, listen, here's the other thing. In order to accrue a $1.4 million tax debt, that means he didn't pay taxes on like $5 million. He didn't pay income tax on $4 or $5 million. So where's that $4 or $5 million that you didn't pay the income tax on? Could you use that to pay down your debt? Like, what's going on, dude? What is going on with his finances? And where did $4 or $5 million that you earned but didn't pay income tax on, where did that money go? He's like DSP. He's an endless black hole of financial needs.
I don't know. Not very many. Where you actually owe it and you have to pay it and you're going to go to jail if you don't.
Yeah, the IRS doesn't
nice
fuck around.
From you guys. It's certainly not enough to pay off the taxes, but as I said, I'm over.
Oh, I did get some money from you guys, but it wasn't enough. You guys have to pony up over $1 million so I can pay my taxes on money that I earned from you morons before that I just didn't pay the income tax, fees on.
Dollars in debt.
So not only did his moron followers give him whatever amount of money it takes to generate a $1.5 million tax bill, I think that would be $3 to $5 million, right? Not only did his fans give him $3 to $5 million, but then he greedily did not pay the IRS, and now he wants his fans to pay the tax money he owes on top of the money he's already. It's crazy.
I am hopelessly in debt. The only way I can ever get out of the debt, which is entirely taxes, okay? There's nothing else going on with taxes.
In debt.
I paid $839,000 in taxes in 1 year. I was doing these events, as I've told you guys before. I averaged about $1.5 million off of these. You can't even get close to that, not even 10% of that now.
Oh, too bad. The scam dried up.
All I do is I spend the money as soon as I get it. I've got terrifying debts coming at me from every side.
Every week. Oh, I'm in financial ruin. You guys need to step up and give me money.
Got a meeting with the IRS coming up. They're dragging me into a hearing. I've got an attorney for that. I will say that being utterly and absolutely bankrupt now for almost 3 years, over 2.5, has been very, very intense.
Utterly bankrupt. And he also said that he made $258,000 a year from his YouTube channel. How are you in bankruptcy if you are earning $258,000 a year? Could it be that you're irresponsible and you live a millionaire's lifestyle when you can't actually afford to live a millionaire's lifestyle? But he wants his followers to pay for his extravagant lifestyle that he can't afford.
There's PTSD from the fact that you got all these bill collectors. The IRS is coming after you for $1 million in my case. You got all this crazy stuff going on, all these bills with lawyers, and I'm always paying bills on our facility in Niagara Falls, and so, I basically don't have the money to do that anymore. I have been completely functionally bankrupt for over 2.5 years.
Yet he's never actually declared bankruptcy, and I think I know why. Because I'm in financial, destitute. I am in financial trouble. I'm bankrupt. That's a scam. And, I know that the consumer protection laws are a little gray, but should he be allowed to go on YouTube and tell everybody he's been bankrupt for 2 years if he hasn't declared bankruptcy, and the entire time he's saying these things, he's making $258,000 a year? I think that's a form of consumer fraud, in my opinion, because he's making false claims to collect money from people trying to generate sympathy for himself. Ha ha! $1.99 from Banana Sandwich. We'll take it and praise the cash, bitches.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise it. Thank you, Banana Sandwich. Much, much appreciated. And for those unaware, we read every single super chat. We thank every single person. We'll go over to the kick.com chat and give some shout outs over there. See if we got any support over there. Or I'm going to start begging like DSP. Like, what's going on with the low kick support, right? FF9000 is over there. Diaper Fur 1488 is over there. Ray Gunner's over there. Blazing Mad, Scopely CFO. Elisa Brittany is over there. I think I got them all. So welcome to the Kick Chatters. I'll be checking in with the Kick support. We read those as well, and we thank everybody who sends us any support, whether you send it on Kick or YouTube. July. So there's been some recent Kick support, even though I haven't been broadcasting on Kick for quite some time. We have Super Money Fist gifted 5 subscriptions. Thank you very much. The Lucky Gremlin became a subscriber recently. And yesterday, Chorgon Squirmhammer became a subscriber. So thank you, Kick supporters, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much, much appreciated.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
Yes, Ra commands the Kick chat. We need more support on Kick. Ra commands you. David Whiteman is here and says, praise Ra. Yes. Kick is for brokies, says Trolly Troll. No, there's support. There's just less support on Kick, But we appreciate the Kick support because they take so little from the creators. So it really is like getting an extra paycheck in the month. I really, truly appreciate the Kick support. So let's not call them brokies. Let's be kind to the Kick supporters and just try to encourage more Kick support, right? Let's continue with the beg fest from David.
I'm being dragged into an IRS hearing. I have a lawyer. I can't even meet my tax installment payments. I'm not worried about my tax debt anymore. I might even be able to pay it off this week. That would be wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to doing so.
Yeah, he thought all this money was going to come into Stavatti, and he was going to use Stavatti investor money to somehow pay his personal IRS income tax debts. And surprise, surprise, the money never came into Stavatti, so he's still in this debt.
So let's hope that they will accept some kind of an offer and not just make me pay the whole thing in full. But we'll find out. All the worries I have about taxes, I'm not worried about it at all. I'm going to be able to pay it. It's going to be fine.
He's not worried about it at all. He's seething about it every week.
I just haven't quite gotten there yet. So your super chats are very much appreciated. It's going to be this week, I think. I think it's going to be this week. Once we get some deals, I will be able to pay my debts. So I'm very excited about all this.
And how's this supposed to work? People are investing money in Stavatti for them to build airplanes. Does he think that that company can just give him money to pay his personal income taxes without getting in trouble with the investors? This makes no sense.
Until we get some kind of financing for our company, I am still in essentially a bankruptcy collapse situation. I didn't file for bankruptcy, but I have
Well, at least he admits that while he's begging for pity money.
to pay off a huge tax debt, incredible financial peril this week. I actually had $2,229, 2229 vanished out of my account because of a hold that was placed from state taxes that I hadn't paid in my intervals. I'd fallen behind on that.
So he's falling behind in federal income tax. He's falling behind on state income tax as well, and they're seizing money right out of his bank account. Do you know how behind you have to be with your income tax payments to either the state or the Fed for them to just start seizing money from your bank account?
Woke up on Tuesday morning, maybe it was Wednesday morning, and I had $0 in my bank account.
Oh, geez.
State taxes, taking all the money out of my account, et cetera, et cetera. I've been essentially bankrupt. I filed negative $180,000 on my tax return for 2022. I've actually paid like $900,000 tax bills to the IRS. I was in really, really serious financial distress. I had $1 million tax debt to the IRS that I couldn't pay off.
So it seems like every week it's the pity me, send me money scam.
Had tax debt to Colorado and the math. Over $1 million in debt to taxes. And thankfully, they haven't bothered me too much about that. Maybe because they look at my bank account and they know there's absolutely nothing in there. It's pretty much been all on my shoulders to fund this company. I've pretty much been doing this grassroots through your own help. So not only have I had to...
So basically, when people give David Wilcock super chat money, he gives at least a portion of that money to Stavatti to keep, I suppose, the lights on, but he can't give them enough money, so creditors are suing them and investors are suing them, and even their accountant is suing them for money owed to them.
Keep up with my own expenses and fight against massive tax debts.
All right, so that's the David Wilcock begging for cash portion of the show. Legal Eagle with 5. Wilcock is an Ascendant Master whiner. Yeah, if you were really an Ascendant Master, would you beg that much? I don't think so, but thank you, Legal Eagle.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
And Legal Eagle has heard the call of Ra. Trolly troll troll with another one for the goal. Here's for the John C. Fund to attend David Wilcock's live event. Make sure he brings back a rock. Thank you, Trolly troll troll. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much, much appreciated.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you, Legal Eagle, reminding me to use my fair use banner. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind reminder.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Thank you, Legal Eagle. And I will verbally assert that what we just did is considered fair use. We used the video to discuss with our live audience, and we are educating the public about David Wilcock's apparent financial problems. This is the textbook definition of fair use. Thank you, Legal Eagle. Pontiac Aztec. What? Yeah, I need one of those. Is that a four-wheel drive vehicle? I did spend some time this weekend at the new property. And that was interesting. It rained all weekend, so But there were some breaks in the rain, and on Saturday I was able to go over there. And for the first time, I've been walking just at the front of the property line, but for the first time, I sort of walked and hiked. It's very, very rocky. Remember, it's on a mountain, so it's very, very rocky, steep terrain. There's hills and a lot of obstacles, but even with my bum leg, I managed to walk most of the property. And I want to thank everybody for the support that made that possible. I want to thank Darkside Phil for being such a begging moron that people will tune in and give me money to just shred him, because all that extra money and the Keno boys for that big Keno bump, which really did increase our income here, has enabled me to buy a forest, and it's going to be pretty interesting. So we're going to go to the Macario clips. And by the way, Macario is getting his account suspended constantly for doing nothing other than posting the crazy shit that David Wilcock says on his live streams. Apparently, Macario is getting mass reported for doing nothing other than just posting clips of the things that David Wilcock says, which is crazy to me. But I think that this is speculation. David Wilcock is aware of the negative effects of people listening to the shit that he says on his live streams, and he does not like Macario doing this, but it's a free world and it's a free country. And again, this is fair use, so let's go to this week's
And
clips.
your mother? Please don't get me started about your mother. I could write a whole book. Everything bad is because of your mother. Woo! And your mother? Please don't get me started.
He thinks this is funny somehow. I don't understand it.
I wish I could say that I feel good this week.
This is great. David Wilcock knows that his scam is coming crashing down. Because remember, folks, he's only got 156 more days on the scam. The scam is coming crashing down, and he's crashing out because he knows the scam is coming to an end. And I don't think he knows what he's going to do when I am once again proven correct that he scammed everybody for these fake Ascension Angel books for 2 years now. This will be another in a long line of proven scams and con jobs that David Wilcock has run on his moronic followers. So he's kind of crashing out. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be doing shows.
Totally don't. I'm in the middle of massive legal battles. We're trying to settle the one that I have to otherwise fly out for this week to be in court again. And I have jury duty.
I'm not sure, but I think that girl, Ari Stone, is suing him again. She has sued him several times previously, claiming that her dream visions are being stolen by David. It's wacky.
On the Monday, August 4th. So it just goes on and on and on. I've been extremely unhappy, extremely depressed.
Suffer mental state. This is what happens when you scam people for a living. There has to be some consequences. So as you're scamming people, David Wilcock, you are fucking your own psyche. Because, well, anyway.
My life basically just sucks like crazy right now.
Your life sucks like crazy. Wow. Isn't it funny how that, like, he's calling me a child predator and a terrorist, and all of a sudden his life is taking a real turn for the worst? Maybe he shouldn't run around calling good parents and fathers and husbands child predators, David Wilcock. Remember, Spooky once made a clipped, edit of me saying that your suffering, Mr. Wilcock, has only just begun. And by that, I mean karmic suffering. You have spent your life defrauding morons on the internet. There must be a karmic debt. You cannot continue to just scam people on the internet endlessly. There will be some karmic consequences for you, in my opinion. And right now, it's starting. Whoa, C. Des Maris. I have a wackadoo of the month suggestion. Barbara Lamb. Saw her scamming and thought her fake teeth were going to fly out of her mouth and hit me in the face. I interviewed that lady once. Can you believe that? I interviewed Barbara Lamb once. And that it did not go very well. I will say that. It did not. I don't think it was a very good interview because she had this book about these hybrid alien people, and I said, well, I'll pay for DNA tests. And she came up with all kinds of excuses for why the alien hybrids wouldn't submit to a DNA test, all kinds of excuses.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big support tonight.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right. And yeah, Arcade Revival says it did not go well. No, I was trying to like gotcha her, and she wasn't having it. She did all these mental gymnastics. Oh, they can't give a DNA sample because then the government will come and experiment on them and all this shit. It was pretty hysterical. But I would interview her again. And here's what I will say about Barbara Lamb. I kind of went at her with kid gloves. Yeah, Barbara Lamb Midnight Hour Party episode, maybe. I went after her with kid gloves, though, and there's a very specific reason for that. I could show you pictures of my grandmother on my father's side, my Bachi. She was Polish. Barbara Lamb could be her twin sister. Like, Barbara Lamb looks exactly like my grandmother. And I loved that woman to the ends of the earth, my grandmother. And so since she reminded me so strongly, her voice, her hair, everything, like I got to find a picture of my grandmother and show you. She looks like exactly like Barbara Lamb. So because of that, I wasn't really mean to her. I was very kind to her. I kind of got, I got a bias there. And here's what I'll say about Barbara Lamb. I don't think she's an intentional scammer. I think she's one of those true believers. She really believes what she's selling people is true. So take from that what you will.
Always nervous and anxious and sad and depressed. So there you go. Full disclosure. My life really fucking sucks. It really sucks.
His life sucks right now. Yeah. It must suck to live in $1 million mansion, eat expensive food like grass-fed bison ribeye steaks constantly, make $258,000 a year, live in $1 million plus mansion. Oh, your life is so terrible.
When you have 3 different legal cases that involve you going to court at the same time.
He's counting jury duty as a legal case. And in the other case, he just has to hand over some documents. He's not even being sued that I'm aware of.
It sucks. Sorry about the cursing. Beautiful shirt. I'm with you, David. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't even really like this anymore. I just want it to be over.
Listen to that. He doesn't even like doing his show. He just wants it to be over. Wow. I think we should put him on a certain kind of watch, like that watch that Epstein was on. I don't want to say the word. YouTube doesn't like it. He may unalive himself or something. I'm worried about him. I hope he holds on at least till January 1st, And by the way, I don't wish that on anybody.
I don't
even him. I believe in a road to redemption for David Wilcock.
Really want to do shows anymore. I just want it to be over. I don't even really care anymore. I'm just like, okay, well, it's my job. And you know what? This is better. When I get my mind into this, I get my mind off of the legal stuff. But otherwise, that's basically all I ever think about. I'm just completely, totally obsessed with defending myself against massive, massive problems.
Again, feel sorry for me and send me money.
That are not really problems. I mean, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, jury duty is not a problem. You just go, listen, I'm an expert at getting out of jury duty. There's an easy way to get out of jury duty, especially if you're a Christian, because there comes a point where they will ask something like, is there any reason why you should be excluded from the jury pool or why you couldn't, be a juror on this case or whatever. They're going to ask you some questions. And I always say, I don't believe that I can religiously do this. And they say, why? And I say, because I'm a Christian, and Christians believe judge not lest you be judged. So I can't judge another man. Only God can do that. So religiously, I should be excluded. And they instantly exclude. They just let you go. But it sucks that you got to go down there, So the jury duty is not really a problem. And what? He's got to hand some documents over in the Corey Good case? This is not a huge tragedy. He's just a fucking drama queen cream puff that cries about everything.
$1 billion deal. We have our freaking money coming in soon.
Yeah, the Stavatti money is coming in soon. And what happened? A few weeks ago, he said it was an $828 billion deal. Now it's only a $4 billion deal? This is typical pathological liar. He forgets the past lies. You said before it was an $828 billion deal. Almost $1 trillion. Now you're saying it's a $4 billion deal. What happened to the 800 and something? He can't even keep track of his own lies.
We're going to be creating American jobs.
No, they're not going to create one job. They got tax breaks to create jobs in Niagara, New York. You know how many jobs they created? Not one. So the government took their tax breaks and, their sweetheart deal away because they claimed they were going to create, 500 jobs? They didn't create one job.
It's great. There's no reason why this stuff should be happening, but it is.
There's no reason why it should be happening, but it is. Okay.
Yeah, I've probably never hated my life more than I do now. I've never been more sad. I've never had more terror.
He's being terrorized by people claiming that he's scamming people. That's what he's being terrorized by people like me and all the Stevens of the world. Remember, there's an army of Stevens, David Wilcock, and they're all saying that you're a con artist and a scammer.
I'm just in terror all the time because I'm in these massive, massive legal problems.
Jury duty is a massive legal problem to him. Having to produce some documents, massive legal problem. But maybe he's referring to Stavatti, who's being sued, his shady aerospace company, who's being sued by investors, creditors, even their accountant sued them.
And they should all be easy to resolve, but they're not.
Well, they're easy to resolve if you have some money. You pay the bills.
Oh, now there's this judge.
If your creditors are suing you for unpaid bills, you know how you resolve that? You pay the bills.
Now there's this court, and then the next one I have to drive or fly, and so it's like my entire week is going to be destroyed if we have to do this, if we can't settle. But I think we're going to be able to settle, and I feel that our offer is very generous, and I think it's going to be fine. But we're waiting.
Oh, it's all going to be fine. Come on, David Wilcock. The other thing is here he is crying and complaining about all these legal cases and legal problems that he doesn't want to deal with. And in the same breath, almost, sometimes he's threatening to sue me. And I got to tell you, David Wilcock, if you think I would be an easy opponent to take on in a legal situation, you are sadly mistaken, dumbass. Review Tech Mongolia has gifted 1 Truth Seekers membership. And this, my friends, is why you should hit that subscribe button. Because if you're in the live chat and a kind and generous person like Review Tech Mongolia, who's a longtime show supporter and Praise the Cash member themselves, by the way, thank you for that. When they gift a membership, you could win one. And Well Swade was gifted a Truth Seekers membership by Review Tech Mongolia. And we thank Review Tech Mongolia for the kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much, much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right. Thank you, Review Tech.
Waiting until the last minute, unfortunately. Yeah, so total support, David. Bring on the angry daddy. Ask Archangel Michael for help. Well, he just laughs at me and says, oh, you're going through credit counseling. It's like, well, 4 years of total bankruptcy and being sued.
Here he is again, yeah.
Really, really hard.
He hasn't been sued, though, to my knowledge.
Having money.
He's lying to his audience.
Let me turn these on. I just realized I didn't do that yet. I always miss something. But the good part is that I'm in the chair and I can do it now. Now we got even more blue light in our background. David, my secret lover, Kayla Lynn. Well, that's news to me, but, you know, in the dream plane, who knows what's going on. Thank you, she says. And she donated
he's banging lots of hot
$10,
chicks in
so
his
I guess
dreams.
it's
Hot
good
dudes.
performance. You know, that's a $10 performance in the dream plane that I deliver.
Making jokes about banging your female audience members in the dream world is cringeworthy.
If I have to go, I'm going to have to leave on Tuesday. Still debating between whether flying or driving. But it's going to eat up at least 2, maybe 3 days of my entire coming week, which means, once again, I'm just completely stretched out. I got nothing else that I have time to do except...
Yeah, I miss Light Warrior. Does anybody remember Light Warrior? Who used to post all of the legal papers? Because I am right now completely uninformed. I don't know what legal case he's talking about. Somebody told me that girl, Ari Stone, sued him again. She has sued him previously, claiming that he stole her dreams or something. It's really wacky shit.
Fight lawsuits. That's just what my life has been. So that's what's going on. But we're good.
Yeah, maybe if you don't want to fight, this is another thing where he's just a complete and total idiot moron. This disgusting, despicable con artist grifter is going on a live stream to 500,000 subscribers telling people that I am a child predator, that I am a Satan worshiper, and that I have stolen money out of his bank account, and that I have terrorized him and sent him death threats and got him swatted. All of those are completely and totally provably false statements that he has made to try to damage my reputation. And he's done so with forethought and malice. So if you don't want legal problems, David Wilcock, maybe you should apologize and retract all those statements that you've made about me. Because I know a lawyer in Colorado. You want some more legal problems? Starlight Warrior with one for the goal. Hey, Stephen, keep smacking this dude. Great work. I will continue to cover him. Thank you for your kindness.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
And continuing the great support from Starlight Warrior gifted a membership. And like I said, hit that subscribe button, because if you're in the live chat and someone like Starlight Warrior gifts a membership, you could win one. Like Face to the Side 33N received a gifted membership thanks to the kindness and generosity and support of Starlight Warrior. Much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash.
And that's what I like to see. The person who got the gifted membership is thanking the person who gave it to them. Thank you very much, both of you. And if you become a YouTube channel member during the live broadcast, we give you a big shout out and a thank you. So keep that in mind. You could just hit the join button and buy your own membership if you have not been fortunate enough to win one.
And again, this is a completely different issue than the one I had before. Totally different. So, you know, let's just focus on the positivity, man. I don't want to render too much power to the negative. And again, we're just looking for an amicable resolution. That we already have our deal. We already have a signed deal.
Yeah, it's been signed for months now. Where's the money, Mr. Wilcock? Where's the money? He's been claiming that Stavatti has these big billion-dollar deals and all this money is coming in. And yet he's still in the same boat that he was 2 years ago, crying about his tax debts and lawsuits and all this shit.
Yes, it is in the billions. I said 4. It's so, you know, that's very significant. We're going to be creating thousands and thousands of jobs in America.
Yeah, they've said they were going to create 500 jobs in Niagara. They created none. The local newspaper basically called their company a scam. Great.
And all of this stuff leads up to hover cars, advanced energy.
Yeah, 4 years ago, he said they'd have a working hover car prototype in a year. Tick-tock, David Wilcock. It's been 4 years since you claimed that you would have a working prototype in a year.
Things that are going to free our planet in a very amazing way.
Oh, show everybody your 3D printed G.I. Joe toys.
This is my company. We have this fighter jet. Maybe I'll even bring this to court, just to show, hey, look, this is real. I printed this in my garage.
It's not a real airplane, you moron.
We have the contract, so why are we fighting? Everything is good.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming that he's talking about a lawsuit involving Stavatti.
Anyway, drive to your meeting, don't fly, says Peachy Keen. It's 11 hours, so it would have to be a big deal. But anyway, I'm settling into this. I'm perfectly fine, sober right now. Everything is good. My life is clean and clear, and I'm just trying to get through whatever I have to get through to just be part of life and not feel bad all the time. And
he wants to not feel bad all the time. Well, maybe change your life and stop scamming people for a living.
Really has been hard. I mean, on a philosophical level, what Archangel Michael is asking me to do is almost impossible.
You mean the voices in your head? Okay.
But it's really going to help.
He's got voices in his head telling him what to do.
We're going to do a conference. Chris was away in Washington, D.C., finalizing our deals last week, but now he's back. He's got big yard work going on. We still haven't really had time to talk enough to do.
Oh, yeah. We can't plan our conference because the Stavatti CEO is busy doing yard work. Okay.
The conference, but I hope to have that done very soon.
Yes. David Wilcock needs to have that conference done pretty soon because if he waits too long, he's been saying that Ascension is coming soon for 2 years now, and that it would come in 2025. Of course, originally he said by May of 2025. That didn't happen, so he moved the goalpost. Now it's September, I believe. Review Tech Mongolia. DSP walked so pirate software could fly. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe you are correct, but thank you for your kindness.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
All right, let's go to the next clip.
Yeah, I mean, somebody says it's all Corey's fault. Kind of.
It's all Corey Good's fault.
But not really. I mean, it's partly his fault. The other thing has nothing to do with him at all. I just want to be clear on that. Nothing to do with him at all. David, your Q light is off.
That must be a Stavatti thing.
The Q light is off.
Your Q-tard light, yeah. You forgot to turn your Q-tard light on.
Yeah, one of them just blinked out, and you probably noticed that. Let me see if I can.
He can't work a light, the guy with the 80 IQ.
It's charging. It says it's charging. So let's see if we can turn it on again. All right. Well, it just went off, but it came back on. Okay.
Elmo Bullseye is the one that said it's all Corey Good's fault. David really answers the question, what if Heaven's Gate was run by Darkside Phil? Crossover event.
Yeah, I mean, somebody says it's all Corey's fault.
It's all Corey Good's fault. That's the truth. It's all Corey Good's fault.
Yeah, the jury duty thing's probably only going to take one day. I have
yeah.
Because of
this is interesting. He claims that he can't be on a jury because he's so psychic.
Psychic insights into things. I probably will have dreams in our time loop here about the case, and I'll immediately recognize it when I'm in there. So, psychics are not welcomed on juries because you're supposed to only be swayed by the evidence they present.
Oh, so he can't be on the jury because he's too psychic.
So the jury duty, it's only going to be one day. I mean, I've done that before. I had a Michael Jackson case, but this always makes me laugh. Thank you, guys.
Isn't that interesting? He's going to go to court and say, excuse me, I need to be excused from this jury duty because I'm too psychic. And I'm sure he's going to tell the judge that he's famous and he's been on over 100 episodes of Ancient Aliens, right? Oh, my goodness.
Are we going to talk about how nothing happened last Monday, says Nash Potatoes? Well,
yeah, remember, big, huge things were supposed to happen last Monday, and this moron stayed home from business meetings where he was going to make millions of dollars because he wanted to do his show and warn everybody about the big event that was happening the very next day, and then nothing happened.
Something absolutely did happen, and so if you're not paying enough attention to this, then you're not getting it. They are circulating around the arrest, and the final reveal is now being set up.
Oh, okay. So the big things are still coming.
The first arrest, post 3717, will be
this is Q-tard
lead to
nonsense.
a mass popular awakening. So yeah,
I can't believe anybody would be dumb enough to still believe Q-tard posts are real, right? Like, oh, Hillary Clinton's getting arrested next week. Podesta's getting prosecuted for kitty stuff. No, none of the Q posts ever actually come true. But morons like David Wilcock believe they might.
I mean, despite the fact that my own life is probably as stressful and bad as it's ever been, it's not really that bad. You know, we got the deal.
We got a $4 billion deal. Sure you did.
Everything's going to be paid off very soon. I won't be in debt anymore. We're going to have the conference posted, so that should be this coming week.
Oh yeah, he's hoping to make big money. And by the way, if you attend his conference, you get a free rock from his backyard.
Hoping to get that all done. And again, who knows, dude? This coming week could be very, very significant because I'll show you how they're teasing around this first big arrest, which is probably going to be quote unquote BO. It's ironic, those initials, right?
Oh boy. Q-tard. Q-tard stuff is not real, you moron.
You know, let's just push through these.
Here he is saying that the big events are going to begin in the next 3 weeks. And then he's going to be wrong again because he's Earth's worst psychic. You are terrible at this, you dumbass. You never give dates.
Final weeks. I mean, Michael already gave us last week a deadline that's now 3 or 4 weeks away. So if you can just make it through 3 or 4 more weeks, you're going to be seeing amazing things.
Just keep believing me for 3 or 4 more weeks.
The arrests may begin this week. I mean,
he said they were going to happen last Monday, and they didn't.
It's a very intense.
All he does is kick the can.
Time. It's also why I don't want to be traveling right now. I prefer to be home. So the arrival of a bright new star, well, that would be the solar flash, which again, it appears that the Michael prophecies that was channeled through me and these crop circles are working together.
It appears.
And they're also working with the Alliance as well.
There is no alliance, you moron. You made that up.
It does put me in an interesting position, being a middleman for some type of celestial contract to save our planet. And I'm really excited about it.
He really thinks he's somebody special and important. I think he's going to crash out really hard when 2025 ends and nothing happens.
So we have Hulk Hogan. I've been comparing him to Trump for 4 weeks now.
Hulk Hogan is dead because of David Wilcock. It was a sacrifice because David compared him to Trump.
It's interesting.
What a wackadoo moron.
Face. And so the talk of kayfabe has now ended up prophetic. Now, I don't know if this is true, but because I was branding 47 as the Hulk, isn't it weird?
Was Hulk Hogan murdered in a ritual? Come on, dude. You know, regardless, I know there was a lot of controversy about some racist statements that Hulk Hogan said. He was a hero to millions of people. And he was a father and a husband and a person. Could you just not involve him and his tragic death in your fucking conspiracy theories, you dumbass?
That you have Ozzy and the Hulk who both disappear within 2 days of each other. I don't know if that's what this is, but you never know. It is weird that it happened 2 days after them because we do know from whistleblowers that they will sometimes off people to try to gain more magical power.
Oh, well, that's what happened. They murdered Ozzy and they murdered Hulk Hogan so that they could get ritual magic power. Or maybe both those guys were old men in their 70s with not the best of health and they died. It happens, you moron.
So I don't know if that's what's going on. It's very sad, but it is a question worth asking.
You know, the fact that he will just involve people's tragic death in his grifting makes him a special kind of a scumbag, if you ask me.
And then she was seen carrying a mystery box into the prison after.
Yeah, David Nino Rodriguez is a complete and total Q-tard moron. And Macario says now Nino is one of his sources. Is he a member of the Alliance now? Look, she's carrying a box. You know, they let prisoners carry around evidence. This idiot still has to say that Ezra is an insider. Arrests are coming next week.
We had this secret meeting. This is probably homework. Did we ever find out what was in the box? They asked us this question. The Alliance posts, there she is carrying it into the room.
Yeah, he's a moron. I've never been to real prison, but I know people who have. And, you know, they give you a box of your stuff when they're taking you to your cell. That's pretty common, you moron.
Most likely, she was asked to survey evidence and give her testimony on it. And so that, again suggests that really big stuff is happening. How soon are they going to act on this evidence?
Really big stuff is happening. Haven't you been saying this for years? You've been promising mass arrest for years and years. Don't make me play this 16 or 20-minute clip of you promising mass arrest for years and years and years now.
It could be almost immediately. The coming week may be when the arrest scenario starts, and that's why, again, hopefully I can get this all resolved and I won't have to go. Because I don't want to be out there right now. I want to be home. So then this was fascinating. July 25th.
Make no peace with evil.
Alliance source that I'm always quoting from says
it's not an alliance source. It's a Qtard Telegram poster.
Make no peace with evil, no deals. So even though she's given up all these names, they still think she's guilty enough it won't matter. So, you know, that's just reality.
No, that's not reality. It's not reality at all. But Wilcock will claim it is. Chill Station 7, who's a big show supporter, thank you very much, says, I'm late. What did I miss? Also, the only thing ascending is his hairline. Ha ha, good one. And we will allow that. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise it, my friends. Thank you, Chill Station. Big show support and longtime show supporter. Face to the screen, I think that is, SCR33N. David is so much more special than you can possibly imagine, Stephen. How dare you point out how short bus special he is? Well, I'll give him that. He is definitely short bus special. And thank you for your kindness and putting a smile on my face.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, we got to go to the next one. Oh, I think I lost my place now. Damn it.
Are we going to talk about how nothing happened?
Oh, nothing happened. Okay, we did that one.
So we have.
Okay, we have this one as the last one. Let's go to the next one.
And then she was seen carrying a mystery box into the prison after she had this secret meeting. This is probably homework. Did we ever find out what was?
Okay, we did this one. On to the next one.
And we do still need your super chat donations, by the way. So anybody who wants to give, feel free to do so. I definitely want to keep that going.
He definitely wants to keep the super chats going, friends. And by the way, so do I. So get your super chats in. And thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support. He wants to keep the super chats coming in, friends. It's important to keep the super chats rolling in.
Having to go through my own legal challenges, jury duty, and all this other stuff that's going on because it has brought me to a level where I'm sympathizing with you and with what you're feeling. And I think that's the way Michael likes to do it. You know, I'm going to keep doing the show because the time loop is so amazing. We can't stop. And I need, frankly, I need the money.
He needs the money.
That's not why I'm doing it. I'm not doing this for money.
You've been doing this every week for money, you liar. Every week you're there to collect money from morons.
I'm doing this because I want to see this work. I want to see the planet be saved. I want to see us be safe. I want to see us get liberated. And it's going to happen through, apparently, a military operation. And here's this time loop on this cassette.
Yeah, I doubt his cassettes actually say anything about the current situation. He's connecting dots that aren't there.
From 1999.
It's basically, you know what channeling is? It's like ramblings of a lunatic.
And I want to remind you that we are in a 3 to 4 week long timeline. Michael said that last week. It all culminates on August 28th, which is this Uranus-Neptune trine.
What's he going to do when nothing happens by August 28th? It'll just be another in a long line of failed predictions from a failed fake prophet.
And when we get to our event here, we are offering David Stones. That is going to be happening. So again,
he's literally offering people rocks from his backyard if they attend his live event. Genius business move.
You guys can make my life so much better. I mean, hopefully with the streaming, we can really make this event do well because it's going to be a live event and streaming.
Yeah.
When you start,
hopefully we can get a lot of morons to pay for a live stream of me babbling nonsense. You've been babbling nonsense for 2 years nonstop every Sunday, dude. What are you going to do at a live event that's worth $300 to $500?
Opening it up to streaming and you guys can support us and buy that online. That is a very dramatic way to help us that we really, really appreciate. So everybody who goes there live, if you have to, we're not going to be doing this for the streaming orders, but if you go live into the audience, everybody gets a rock like this off of my land. And if you buy the VIP ticket, then you get a larger rock.
Oh, you get a bigger rock. And he basically lies about saying these rocks are quartz. Does that look like a quartz crystal to you? It looks like a piece of rock off any mountain. Worthless, completely worthless, just like his prophecies. Worthless, completely worthless, just like his books. Worthless, completely worthless, just like his documentaries.
About this size, and this is beautiful quartz that comes off of my own property.
That's not quartz. It's probably granite.
Michael has been talking about this in our time loop, actually.
Yeah, and angels telling the voices in his head, which he thinks is the Archangel Michael, is telling him to give people free rocks so more people show up to his conference somehow. My God, right? Like, the level of ridiculousness, the absolute level of ridiculousness.
You don't want to work too much, but you don't want to underperform either. It's important that you're out there. So as long as I get out there, I'll always be okay.
He'll always be okay. He works 1 day a week, and he's talking about you don't want to work too much. Dude, once a week you actually get up off your ass and do something, and you make $250,000 a year doing that. Like, he is the definition of lazy.
Plus,
But in my experience, all these con artists, scammer, grifters are lazy. If they weren't lazy, they would get a real job, right?
we already have a deal. We're gonna be bringing in billions of dollars to America to build airliners here. We're creating American jobs.
Again, he was supposed to create, 500 American jobs in Niagara. They created 0 jobs. And they had years and years and years to create some jobs. They never created any jobs. But here he is saying, we're getting $4 billion and we're going to create jobs.
And these airliners are 31% more fuel efficient. They're
Oh, sure. These airliners are better than anything Boeing or any Lockheed Martin. They're better than any airliner. Show us a prototype. Oh, we can't. We could show you a plastic model. I 3D print it in my garage, though.
faster. 4-hour flight instead of a normal 5-hour flight with the same gas, actually less gas.
I think he just repeats
you can
talking
get past
points.
the baggage cart in the aisle, or the beverage cart rather.
Oh, you could get around the beverage
So
cart.
yeah, things are actually really positive. It doesn't always feel that way, but it is.
Things are so positive. I'm miserable. My life is the worst it's ever been. Things are really positive, guys. Positive.
And thus, the only winnings are those credits gained when the gate crashers of the spirit are involved around this predominantly mixed race issue. That's clearly talking about the DS.
Mixed race?
And how they are constantly trying to mix the races together. They want to bring this group of people into your country from somewhere else. They want to promote. And there's nothing wrong with mixed race, right? I had an interracial. My first relationship was with a Japanese woman.
He loves talking about how his girlfriend was Japanese. That's the one whose vagina made you physically ill, though. He got physically ill when he made out with her. He said that.
So I've done that. I don't have a problem with it. It was actually great. But again,
I love how anytime somebody mentions black people or anybody that's of a different ethnic persuasion other than Caucasian, he has to give the insurance. Like, I'm not racist. I hung out with black dudes in college, or I'm not anti-Semitic. I have Jewish friends.
It's a predominantly mixed race issue.
Mixed race issue. Okay. It's a mixed race issue.
So it's also prophetic of my own company getting our contract. Because again, I'm already okay. We're just waiting for the deal to come through.
You've been waiting for the deal to come through for years and years, you moron. You're never getting your money back from that company, ever.
Last week in D.C., we were hammering out the final points. It could be very soon that we get our money. Nothing will make me happier than when we finally can pay off all these debts. I mean, it might only be a week or two away.
He's been saying the money's coming next week for literally years now.
to have solved the final thing. The funding partner is asking for one more document. We have to get that document from China.
How are they working with China?
They're going to issue it because they definitely want to do it.
Weren't they supposed to work with China to manufacture electric cars? Whatever happened to that boast? That one fell apart too. Because all David Wilcock does is pathologically lie about things and exaggerate things and embellish things.
And then we're good to go. That might be all it takes. So for me personally, my life is just going to radically transform once we get this. And again, we spent the whole week out there in D.C. finalizing this deal.
He didn't go because he had to go online and talk about Q-tard posts.
So I think this is prophetic for everybody of how we're so close to a big change. So he says, adjust ourselves to the indescribable truth of what else there is on the drawing board, so to speak. You will discover that what we have gained is precisely the knowledge of what is to be done in this circumstance.
This is just all nonsense babble.
So again, my company, the drawing board, could represent anti-gravity blueprints.
Or this could be just babbled bullshit from 1999 that you're assigning all these insightful meanings to.
We are going to be doing anti-gravity, which is going to be an indescribable new truth for humanity. I mean, imagine how much our life will change when you can fly anywhere you want.
Here's the talking points again,
roads,
with nothing to back it up.
Land that nobody's ever looked at. Everybody who has a hover car could go to their own unique place. It's totally just going to be you, and nobody else is going to go there. And if somebody shows up, just go somewhere else. I mean, again, there's so many areas that nobody's really explored or photographed or lived in or enjoyed that hover car technology opens up. Plus, it opens up space. So it's really, really fantastic.
It would be if this was reality, but you have shown zero evidence or proof that you have anything that can generate anti-gravity. But you have been scamming your moron followers over anti-gravity and free energy for years.
With is like, wait a minute, I'm about to launch an event. Everything's fine. We're going to make, a really nice amount off of this, hopefully.
He thinks he's going to make $1 million off of this live event.
If you guys all show up, and I think you will.
Yeah, I think after the Corey fiasco, you've lost the ability to get a big crowd. Remember, you did that event with Corey Good and you, and what was there? Like 150 people showed up? That's it?
4,687.
They used to be able to draw thousands before Corey admitted that he made all of his fake stories up.
People watching. This is incredible. So, at that time, I was in distress, and so the time loop part of me is not happy right now.
He's claiming another aerospace company stole their ideas.
Michael says we have to build the train from backwards to forwards. If you think about that, you can see why those who live in India are working so diligently upon self-reflection and absorption.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Anthony Peterson. Jeez, I put the super chat up and I didn't read it. I apologize. Anthony Peterson, who's a longtime show supporter. Stephen, those David Wilcock memes are disturbing. They're designed to be disturbing. I made them to be disturbing on purpose, right? Ha ha.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
This
Thank
one's
you
my
for your
favorite,
kindness.
Anthony
Thank you for your
Peterson.
generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Starlight Warrior with $2 says, "What's in the box?" Brad Pitt. Oh, Seven is a great movie.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Plan D is here and says, "Awesome adventures only tonight on Truth Seekers." Yes. Thank you, Plan D.
It's time. Well, what is that about? Why would they be saying that some people in India are self-absorbed? Well, ironically, they just got a MiG-29 upgrade deal in India that is almost exactly the same thing that we were offering. Somebody short-circuited our own business plan.
Oh, yeah. They stole your idea, David.
And poached our deal. So we just found that out this past week, and it's only one of many deals that we have, but it was like really kind of a rude awakening. And Michael had it in the time loop. Imagine that. There it is. And we're
the
building
voices in his head had it in a time loop. Yeah.
Train. In this case, it's building our company from backwards to forwards. We're doing it one step at a time. Then Michael is referring to the Indian Vedas here. be it 4 years' time, 4 centuries' time, or 4,000 years' time.
Again, all of this stuff from his readings is just like gobbledygook, new age nonsense.
There is a relativity to one's perspective. In the present moment, all phases of human civilization are again becoming visible, and this gives us pause.
It's just new age nonsense. There's no meaning to any of this shit. Channelers are purposefully vague so people assign their own meanings to the garbage, right? Even in his obviously fake stories, he won't touch a woman that is throwing herself at him. He's allergic to vaginas. David Wilcock is allergic to vaginas.
Michael
They make him
says,
sick.
I really am not making any concessions by saying this. Your sex fiend friend has showed you how impossible it can be to secure your privacy in these matters. And if you remember, there was a woman we're calling Stalker Girl, and she showed up at my house and just expected that I'm going to start having sex with her and let her live with me and move in. And I'm like, nah, I don't really just want somebody I don't know to move into my house.
Yeah, right. Hot chicks, hot hippie, crystal hippie bitches are just knocking on his door going, can you bang me and can I move in here?
And live with me and be in a sexual relationship. I'm not even ready for that.
I'm not even ready for that. Even when a hot chick knocks on his door and asks to be banged, he won't do it. Because he's gay. He's definitely gay. How much more? Jeez Christ.
The pain that you're going through, the pain that I'm going through, we're all feeling it right now.
He's just like Billy Joel,
it's
says
extremely
Mercurio.
intense and bad. But you know what? I'm about to do another conference, and just like the Billy Joel documentary taught me again last night, he was an alcoholic, he was doing drugs, he was having problems, he was lonely, he was sad, he had marital problems, he had financial problems, and all he has to do is go out there and get himself on stage, and he's fine.
Yeah, so Wilcock thinks going to do live events will solve all of his problems. Wait till you see the attendance, dude, and how few people show up and pay you hundreds of dollars to hear your babbling nonsense.
Popular enough now that I will always be okay as long as I'm willing to interact with my audience, even if I didn't have an aerospace company. I just have to get out there and meet you guys. So again, we may need to announce this on my Twitter page this coming week, just to expedite you being able to get your tickets and not waiting until Sunday. So
yeah, well, you better hurry up. TikTok, David Wilcock, because you've only got 156 more days left on this scam. So you got to get the conference scheduled before those 156 days end. This way you can scam your audience one more time before your whole current scam comes crashing down and exposed as a scam.
Please check my Twitter page throughout the week. We're going to try to get this posted as soon as we get the whole matter resolved.
Okay.
And again, compassionate wisdom is
Yeah,
6 density.
David is going straight to 6D, skipping 4D and 5D because he's so special. 6D might mean 6 dudes. The night before, while talking on the phone with a guy, he felt something huge and something shot out. Oh my God.
Have, in the law of one system, 3rd density is where we are now. 4th density, you ascend and you're in a loving realm. 5th density, you pick up wisdom. 6th density, love, wisdom together. To 6th density, what the hell is that about?
All right, I'm sorry if I de-rezzed for a moment there. It happens, and I think I might have missed a super chat. I don't want to miss any of the super chats. Okay. Let me just catch up with the live chat now that I've reconnected. Suffer, internet. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the wind's blowing outside. My internet is terrible. wind blows outside, the internet goes off. Who's more closeted, Wilcock or Darkside Phil? I would vote for Wilcock, but thank you for your kindness.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you, Review Tech Mongolia. Suffer Stream says Chill Station 7 also says that's a tough one. I agree, that is a tough one. He's so special.
6th density, we're going into 4th density. Well, personal may be talking about me. I may be getting a 6th density activation. So what was so weird was that just last night, before I unsealed this, I had this crazy thing happen where I had this feeling of a huge beam of energy coming out of my third eye indigo pineal gland chakra.
Oh.
I was sitting there talking to my friend on the phone, and I just felt like there was this beam that was just radiating out of my forehead. That was
he's just got beams coming out of his forehead. Is he getting new superpowers?
very intense. And so this was a surprise because Michael is telling me that I will be activated into 6th density. That's incredibly exciting. If I have 6th density ability here on Earth, that's like major, major superpowers, major, major, incredible abilities to do all kinds of great things.
He's telling his audience he's getting big superpowers, guys.
These free will choices you have made are indeed causing an alignment with the 6th density they're in. Okay, that's exciting. We are very excited about this, extremely excited, in fact. So as I wrote, this information is new to me. Michael is now saying that I will have a 6th density activation. Wow, because I guess that can happen. You go wherever.
And the first wave of Ascension is supposed to happen in 2025. So that means you should be able to show us your new superpowers in 2025, right, David? Like, how delusional is this guy? What are you going to do when you don't get superpowers? Right? The main superpower is tax evasion, right? It's one of those things.
Wherever your vibration allows. So this would explain fascinating prophecies about what will happen to me after this occurs. So I'm probably not the only one either. Some people will be ascending to 4th density. Some people will ascend to 5th density. Some people will actually awaken 6th density. Now, 7th density doesn't interact with us, so we don't really need to worry about that.
More New Age nonsense. But I'd like to know, what is he going to do when he can't show anybody superpowers in 2025 ends? Will that be more proof that you scammed your audience, David Wilcock? I believe that it will.
So this is, again, prophetic of my 4-year-long sustained bankruptcy, which has been a massive initiation. It has gotten me to do credit counseling of the spirit. In fact,
credit counseling of the spirit.
This past week, I've now gone through, I'm starting to go through all of the papers in my house. So any place that I left bills or statements or anything in piles, I'm now sorting through all of them. I'm taking out all the stuff I don't need. I'm arranging the piles into years, and
He's been ignoring his bills for years, according to this clip.
Filing them. That way, if I ever need to go back for any of these years for tax purposes, I've got all my bills, all my receipts, and I'm in the process of organizing it right now. I didn't used to do that. I used to be similar to my father.
He would
where,
just ignore it?
Just so focused on creativity.
That's how you deal with bills that you can't pay. You just don't open them, right?
That paperwork stacks up in piles, and you're not really organizing it the way you should. So this has been a very important lesson for me, and I now want to be more organized. So we're all going through this credit counseling of the spirit. We're all going through bankruptcy in various ways.
No, I'm doing fine in all areas of my life. We're not all. See, notice he generalizes it. Look, guys, I'm just like you. You're going through bankruptcy. I'm not going through bankruptcy. In fact, I would venture to guess that my finances have improved in the past year.
Hardship. It's teaching us how to go to the next level.
Oh, we gotta be broke to ascend. Is that what you're saying? You gotta be broke if you want to ascend. And here this moron is talking to bears on his property. And by the way, I just want to put something on the record. I have a cabin in the mountains where there's black bears. The stupidest thing you could do if you live in a population, if you live in an area with even a small population of black bears, the stupidest thing you could do is put food out. Or leave your garbage outside of a garage or some structure. If they could get to your garbage, They will. And I don't understand how this moron doesn't realize that this is a dangerous animal, and feeding them only encourages them to spend more time right on your property, which is dangerous. But he's a literal moron.
Should I talk to him? You want me to open the door? I'll do it. Hey, buddy. He just doesn't care. I think it's probably safe. If he starts charging me, I can back off. Let's see what happens. You guys ready for this?
Probably safe? No.
He heard the door.
It's not safe to be in the presence of a bear. Yeah. Dry Frost says, go pet him. See what
Hi, buddy.
happens. Yeah.
It's just Daddy. It's just me. I'm not going to hurt you.
How
okay?
long until the lions
If you
come?
want food, you
Mountain
can have
lions
some.
come. Yeah, exactly.
Be a good boy. Okay? You be a good boy.
Yeah, nature is great, but you need to treat it with respect, says Anthony Peterson.
Are you a good boy? You want to be Daddy's friend? It's okay if you're my friend.
He really is a
I just don't
moron.
want us to be in each other's way.
And I don't know, maybe it's just being a parent, but I am like hyper vigilant about food being outside of my cabin at all. I mean, we had one time where we just had finished eating. 2 minutes after we finished eating at the picnic table, you know, there were some leftovers on the picnic table on the plates. And a mama bear and 4 cubs came and got right up on the picnic table, started eating the plates. We do not leave food outside at the cabin. None. Zero. Any garbage that we generate, I put in a bag and I put it in the shed or in the sunroom because the bears can't get to it. And they also have trouble smelling it if it's inside a structure. But anyway, especially having children, I don't want to encourage bears to be anywhere near my property. And it's interesting that where my cabin is, there's a Facebook group. And for a while, people were posting pictures of bears. And my wife became very concerned because she's seeing videos of bears right in our area. And, you know, but I told my wife, go back and look at those pictures, look at those videos. In every single one of them, people are feeding them. They're throwing their garbage outside for the animals. But I will admit that if I see raccoons, I can't help it. I throw them hot dogs and shit because I think raccoons are fun and awesome. My wife hates that. She gets mad at me. Anthony Peterson with one for the goal. Next, he will be showing Bigfoot near the cabin. Yeah, I could see that, but thank you for your kindness.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
You have heard the call of Ra. Herzog's next movie. Yeah, I mean, he is a moron.
Like, I have a house here, so this is where I live, right? And I put food out, and
There he is, saying he puts food out. No wonder there's bears on your property, you fucking moron. Don't put food out.
like, I have a house here, so this is where I live, right? And I put food out, and bears aren't really supposed to be getting into this stuff, you know? But, like, if you want to,
No,
it's
you
okay.
moron. Any food you put out, bears will get into. Even if you put out bird seed in bird feeders, they climb the tree and they get to the bird feeder to they will eat anything, you moron.
This is really freaking crazy, you guys.
Yeah, it is crazy to be feeding bears like a moron.
This is really, really great. Susan
Macario says, after wiping 3 layers of makeup off his 5 head, he talks about how good he looks and how bad he feels.
McAvoy says, I love you. You're so handsome. It is kind of funny, you know, how, like, I don't feel good, but then I look in the mirror and I'm like, you know, I look good. I look like I'm healthy and I look like things are going.
Yeah, with 3 layers of makeup on your 5 head, sure.
Going fine. I don't know why I feel so bad all the time, but everything is fine because I have the deal coming in.
Oh,
and
the
that's
deal's
gonna
coming in. The money's coming next week.
clean up my whole life, and we're finalizing it. We went to their embassy in D.C. this
I don't
past
think
week.
they went to any
There's
embassy.
literally one letter we got to get, and they send that letter to this country, and then that country goes ahead and funds. So it's like, God, it's going to be great. But in the meantime,
I think Stavatti is lying to him about all these deals, and he's dumb, so he believes them.
you know, you guys showing up for me and getting to meet me at this conference is going to be a great way to create an immediate income boost even before that
Oh,
happens,
he's going to get an immediate income boost.
which I definitely need.
He definitely needs it, right? Wow. Wow.
You. I mean, yeah, it's always interesting too when like you go to do an event and then let's say Vacapalo shows up. This person said they would. So then you meet somebody and you put the face to the name. That's one of the really cool things about doing events. And again, everybody's going to get a stone. If you're in the VIP group,
Oh, you're going to get a rock.
you're going to get these beautiful, beautiful stones. And you notice how it's got there's some rose quartz in there. There's a certain part of the land
That's not rose quartz, by the way.
that has rose
Not in
quartz
my
in it. So
opinion.
I'm going to
I don't
try
know.
to have all
Looks
of-
like a regular piece of rock.
at least the VIP ones have
When there's
rose
quartz in rock, it's very obvious. He's trying to appeal to the crystal hippie bitches. Like, I'm going to give you a rock, and it's got crystals in it.
quartz infusions, and they're going to be bigger like this. So I think that having a stone like this, where it's the high quality white limestone, same thing they used in the pyramid,
He's
it
claiming
may,
that's limestone.
be some kind of vibrational connection to me and to this land and to Michael. And
You're gonna have
I
a-
don't want to sign any
a
of them. Please don't
vibrational
autograph
connection.
The stone. It's desecrating the stone, but I really don't think we need to worry. I mean, I go through these periods where I'm like, oh my God, it's just so freaking bad. Yeah, but you know what? We're going to be fine. So
He's going to be fine.
Michael does me a big honor here. He mentions Stone Killer. That's clearly a reference to King David.
Oh yeah, David Wilcock was King David in the Bible that slew Goliath.
And then he says Liberation Army, which is the alliance. So yes, King David got brought back from the grave. I'm here again. I got fresh body.
Again, he's claiming that he's King David from the Bible. Okay, I mean, I guess if you say so, buddy, right?
There was a guy who's a black guy that we were working with on the land. His name was David. He had dreadlocks, and he was really against eating grain. He had this whole anti-grain kick, and he called it the barbarian grain.
Matt says it hurts
He
my
said
brain
that
how
when a
racist he
society
is.
begins eating grain,
He had to
that's
say it was a
when
black
they
guy.
collapse into barbaric behavior. There was a guy.
What's wrong with grain? Pizza comes from grain. Bread comes from grain. Cereal. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with grain. But what do I know?
Vacapalo, what's the name of the super mushrooms you take?
This guy wanted to know about David's shits. How much does he go in one day?
I don't remember. One of the ones that I have that worked really well is called Ohm, O-M. And it might be Ohm Naturals or something like that. But anyway, Ohm is the one that I was taking. I just ran out of it. Now I'm doing another one. They both seem to be working the same way because, again, I've become almost ridiculously regular. I'm having ongoing bowel movements throughout the day, whereas in the past, when I
Ongoing bowel movements. Well, it's good to hear that the Earth's greatest prophet is shitting properly.
got up in the morning, I could not have
Who
a
talks about this on the live stream?
bowel movement at all.
It's like me coming on the live stream and going, I just want to let everybody know that I had a really great shit like an hour before showtime, so I'm feeling pretty good because I dropped the big fat deuce. Like, nobody wants to hear this.
Until I drank like an entire glass of water this big. I had to throw 8 ounces of water into my body to be able to poop. Now, as soon as I wake up in the morning, it's just, oh, there it is. And then later on I have another one. Later on I have another one. Later on I have another one. It's great. I mean, that's what you want. And I'm
Buffalo
able to sleep
Spons
7
says, you don't need to poop that much unless you're consuming huge amounts of indigestible fiber. What is wrong with this weirdo? That's the content that all the Davidians really want. I can't help but think of the ultimate powers he'd achieve if he dumped this in the tub.
hours without waking up. That's happening very consistently despite all the crazy stuff going on. And again, we're about to make a lot of money in this event. We're going to do it online and in person.
And maybe it's a bad idea to brag about how much money you're going to make at a live event before, talk about counting your chickens before they're hatched, right?
So
I think that Wilcock is in for a real big surprise because I think that this live event of his is going to be extremely poorly attended.
Combines
But
the
never underestimate the amount of morons that will follow this con artist scammer.
idea of me doing a launch where I would have only done it online with the feel of a live audience. And if we get the right venue, we're going to be able to get that all done. And again, I'm about to reach out to them this coming week. We have a couple different dates in mind. We'll see which one we get.
I can't wait to call the live venue and ask them if they're going to allow somebody renting their facility to basically commit consumer fraud with the use of their facility. Because remember, David Wilcock is claiming that Stavatti CEO worked on top secret projects.
Rocket scientists abound, and you too may take on this title. Peace be with you in
Oh,
the
David is a scientist now.
light of everlasting love. Rocket scientists abound. What does he mean by that? Well, he's talking about Stavatti. We are the company that are going to be making, well, certain types of rockets, as well as airplanes.
They're going to make rockets now. They're going to make rockets, airplanes, hover cars, electric cars. They haven't made one product in 30 years. David Wilcock, wake up. If the company hasn't made one product in 30 years, what are the odds that you're going to be able to successfully make rockets, aviation airliners, jet fighters, hover cars, free energy engines? It's all a scam, David. You're not going to make any of those things, in my opinion, based on the company's piss poor track record of never producing any products and being called an investment and a Ponzi scam in court documents and all the creditors suing them.
Cars, etc. And so, yes, Michael's guidance has turned me into an aerospace scientist. I can speak very technically about aerospace. I've learned.
He knows nothing about the aerospace industry. He is a complete and total moron. He just regurgitates the stupid shit that the company is telling him.
So much stuff. I mean, it's a full-time career in addition to the full-time David Wilcock career. I'm doing both.
Oh, he's working so hard at bullshitting people. Yeah. I'm working so hard.
This is, I believe, coming directly from the Alliance. There is a person posting it, but he may not even be the one writing these things. They may
No, the Alliance are sending him communications. Yeah, now Ezra is just some guy. He doesn't even write his own posts.
be writing it for him and having him post it. I don't know. It's very, very interesting.
He's just another Q-tard poster, you moron. And here's a picture of David Wilcock on his property. Look at that dome. Archangel Michael sent the wind so we could see what he tries to hide. It's shiny back to the middle of his head. Man, look at how badly his hairline is doing. He does some magic to make that appear like a regular hairline on his streams.
I can't tell you how much better I feel now that I've been able
This
to.
is great. His house has 3 bathrooms. Remember, it's a big, 5,000 square foot mansion. Why is he pissing outside? He's
I can't
pissing
tell you how
outside.
much better I feel now that I've been able to go outside and take a leak. It makes all the difference, and I had a very, very full bladder, so I could have gone further, but it would have been into like really bladder busting territory again. I can't.
He's pissed. Why is he pissing outside if his house has 3 bathrooms? Why would you piss outside? Is he living in a house with all 3 bathrooms busted? We know DSP does that. Isn't like 2 of his bathrooms don't work? Or like a toilet and a shower don't work in DSP's house? Gross.
Once more, I want to personally thank the Alliance.
Or he wants to thank the imaginary organization that a con artist, Pete Peterson, made up and told him about. Great.
Thank you guys for making that shout out to Archangel Michael, seemingly in response to what I wrote in my journal, which again, if they are in fact the NSA, they could read what's on my computer, then they saw that and they responded. And so thank you guys very much. It really rebuilt my feeling of like, okay, well, things are bad, but at least the Alliance is fully supportive of me, and that's really what I wanted to offer.
Things are bad, but this imaginary organization that doesn't exist, that I've tied to Q-tard nonsense, is supporting me, so everything's great.
Come from. Once.
What a moron. What is this? Oh, Macario just posting a GIF. Okay. What is this? He's also going to be gay, isn't he? I'm not saying it as a joke. Oh, this is unrelated. We have a few more clips to share.
Because the third one hit me out of nowhere this week. I did not expect it. There's a woman who's been suing me every 3 months for 6 years. She's addicted to it. And the Colorado system just doesn't stop her from doing it.
I thought that he did catch a new lawsuit, but it turns out this is an older clip where he talks about this Airy Stone that is suing him.
Doing this. I don't read them. We just throw them in the box. I usually don't even respond. They always get dismissed. But she just did it again. And I found out on May 7th that I was supposed to be in court on.
Yeah, this is from back in May.
Well, everything got kind of thrown off. The deadline.
We're going to have to try to find out about that lawsuit. We'll see what's going on with it. And here, Macario says, I posted one clip and was locked immediately. Somebody is mass reporting Macario for posting these clips, and one more to go.
As I said before, I chilled with black guys from Harlem. I smoked cannabis with them, 420, blunts, White Owl, Philly blunt. I learned raps, okay?
Yeah, I can't play the rest because they're copyrighted. And I believe that we've already been through this one.
This week was a very, very hard week for me. There's 3 different lawsuits I'm fighting all at the same time.
Oh, no, we didn't.
I think all of them are going to resolve very positively, but it's been very stressful because the third one hit me out of nowhere this week.
Oh, no, this is a clip about Airy Stone. So we have made it to the end, my friends. Whoa, look at that. Carl Christofferson with a big one. Can't you alien scientists and crew sit front row at his next gig, arms crossed, staring him out? I want to see his face. Truth seekers, keep it up. Good work. Thank you, Carl Christofferson, and we thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. It is much, much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise it. That's a big one, Carl Christofferson, and thank you for your support. Much, much appreciated. And here's what I will say. David Wilcock once at a certain conference refused to take the stage unless his critics, there was a few in the audience, were removed from the event. So if I did go, or alien scientist or anybody else that he knew was a critic of his, he will not do his performance if there is a critic. He would eject me, and it's a private event. Even if I buy a ticket, all they have to do is give me my money back and say, you're not welcome, we need you to leave, and I would be forced to legally. So while I understand people want me to go, the only conference that I think I would be okay at if he was speaking at is Contact in the Desert, because, you know, I'm somewhat friendly with one of the people that run that, and I think they would refuse to eject me from the event. But I don't believe that they would allow me they would not allow me to stay in the room. At least I don't think so. You know, I really don't believe that they would allow me. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. And we've got Dave with one for the goal. These are the meanderings of a madman. Well, I can't say I disagree with you, but thank you for your kindness.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
Ra has commanded many of you to bow down and praise the cash. We'll check in with the Kick Chat, see if we have any support over there to read out. No honey, no money over on the Kick side, but we'll check in with the PayPal pledges and the Buy Me a Coffees. For those unaware, we thank every single person who supports our show, whether you do it through Super Chats or buying subs or whatever. No, how do I get in? Come on. They want me to create a pass key. No, can I just get to the account? There we go. We got in. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. We have a $20 PayPal pledge from Maria, who says, I am watching older Wackadoo of the Week episodes, and I'm glad you brought this back. Well, good, Maria, because this week we've got Wackadoo of the Week, Jason Sands, and we're going to be bringing you that. And this guy's talking about getting sent to murder aliens. He's the alien assassin and all. And thank you, Dave, for your kindness, generosity, and support. And we want to thank Maria for the kind and generous PayPal pledge.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Oh, thank you. Face to the screen, thanks for telling the truth. Well, it wouldn't really be truth seekers if I was lying to everybody here, so we got to stay on brand. So we have done our due diligence, but I will be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope that you will all be here with me. Oh, I forgot. I want to take a moment to thank a few people. Over the weekend, we had our annual, we do it every year, Roswell Marathon, where it is something like 20 hours of content covering the Roswell event. And during that, we had many kind and generous people. Well, maybe not many, but we had a few kind and generous people who contributed. And Colin Christensen donated $100 super chat and said, praise the cash. So we thank Colin Christensen. For those unaware, over the weekend, if I'm running replays, I can't live thank the super chatters. So we do it on the next day back, but we read every single one. And so thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Colin Christensen, very, very kind of you. I appreciate you. Thanks for appreciating us.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash.
Thank you, Colin Christensen. $100. Very, very kind of you. And then we have Mr. Catfish 100, who donated a $2 super chat, says, I miss when you and Goofon were united. Well, that was a very short arc because Goofon is a toxic prick. And this guy went after my disability, my children, my wife. Meanwhile, he's a broke loser living in a fucking trailer in Florida. And his mommy pays his bills because go look at his show. The guy's getting 300 views and, 22 live viewers. He's not making a living doing the show, even though he's doing it 6 days a week still. But thank you, Chill Station 7, one on the way out. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Total disclosures. UFO cover-ups and conspiracy. Maybe I could go undercover. Yeah, I mean, if you did, I could send you. You know what I have for things like that? Total disclosure. I have spy glasses that are so good. They look like regular eyeglasses. They're easy to see through. It's like a fake. There's lenses in them, but the lenses aren't like prescription. They're just fake. So you see everything normally. And it's got a little button on the side and a little SIM card that you can pop out. And you hit that button on the side, and I'm telling you, you can film anything covertly. And I would support. If somebody is willing to go, I will provide the spy gear so that we get a tape of what was said. Plan D is here and says, move out of the way. Truth Seekers is here to stay. Debunking grifters any day. Arcadia now. Well, thank you for your kindness. So we've done our due diligence. I'm going to be back tomorrow night. I'm not sure. We're going to do either Dark Side Phil show tomorrow or we're going to do our wackadoo of the week. But I've got at least 2 more shows for you. And I've got a new Patreon and members only video that I'll be working on finishing the editing for tonight. So look forward to that. If you are a YouTube channel member or a Patreon supporter, you get the same extra goodies with these extra videos that I upload. Just my way of saying thank you and giving you something extra. We're going to play out tonight with Railroad Bum, who, by the way, I have recruited this guy, Railroad Bum. He writes some good songs. I have recruited Railroad Bum to do a song for the Internet Insanity. And people keep asking me about that. I was at the cabin all weekend. It rained, editing bumpers. I was sewing puppets, gluing eyes on another puppet, I have 2 puppets left to finish for the Internet Insanity Circus show. I anticipate being able to announce a start date for that in the next week or 2. But of course, I've been saying that forever. But it really is all coming together. I have all of the backgrounds done for, animated backgrounds. Let's see if I can I show? I think I can show that. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see if it'll let me. No, I don't know. If I can't, I don't know that I can find those. Well, anyway, for a tease for the Internet Insanity Circus, here's one of the puppets. And I'm very excited about this one because this is a famous puppet that I grew up with. Well, it's famous among people that are into puppets. It was all plastic, and it's on this frame, and there's buttons and knobs, and you use the buttons to move the mouth, and you can move the head back and forth. Of course, I cheat it digitally a little bit, but I think it looks great. So this is my friend from my childhood. And I really, when I was a child, not very original, but I called him Leo the Lion. So Leo the Lion will be joining the circus in order to beg for money. Check it out. Oh no. I added it as a background. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to add it as a video. I was looking for the Internet Insanity Circus backgrounds. Having a little trouble here. Let me see. Oh, come on. I just saw it. Where is the Lio? Oh, here we go. I got him. So this is something from my childhood. I'm pulling a lot of inspiration from my childhood from some of this stuff, but I'm making it really kind of weird. Anyway, here's Leo the Lion that will be berating the viewers into sending money.
Welcome to the Internet Insanity Circus. Welcome to the Internet Insanity Circus, all of you. Thanks for being here. But just being here isn't enough. Don't be a low-down, dirty, rotten, broke content grubber. Don't be a degenerate bum. Don't just be a leech here, be a fucking supporter. This is a viewer-supported show, so get out your fucking wallet. You know you want to see a lot more shows just like this one. Get out your wallet. That's right. Put your debit or credit card info in and become a subscriber. Or gift some subs. Let's get some subs, motherfuckers. We need some big fucking dono bombs to keep the Internet Insanity Circus going. So don't be shy, bitches. Give big and give often. Let's go. Let's get some subs. Let's go. God bless the goal, motherfuckers. Can we hit it? We can definitely hit it, but you fuckers better dig deep and pay. It's time to praise the cash, motherfuckers. Praise the cash. Praise the cash now. Let's go. Let's get some subs. Praise the cash. Almighty cash. Praise the cash.
Yes. And Total Disclosure says, I kind of want a pair of my own anyway. Do you know where I discovered them? When I was doing magic shows, I would always film the show so that I could gauge when I put a new piece in, like how well the audience applauded, reacted. When I put new jokes in, how many, doing a live show is a constant editing for me. And so I figured out that I could use these glasses and I could have a video of the audience watching whatever I was doing. And then I would edit my show based on reactions. If I saw a lot of people going crazy clapping for certain tricks, then I would put more tricks like that in. If I saw that a trick did not get great applause, then I would cut it and put something else in its place. But anyway, those glasses were great tools to me in crafting a great stage show. And it's funny, I showed some of the tapes to other magicians, and they were like, oh my God, this is a great idea. Why didn't I ever think of this? Because then you could watch what the audience is doing while they're watching you. It's better than just having a tape, right? But thank you for if you go do it, I will broadcast it, and we will talk about whatever nonsense lies David Wilcock is sharing with his dumb as rocks followers for money, right? Because he's just going to come up with some fake shit like, could Christopher Beskar built spaceships, right? Oh, I do have some of the. Okay, I do have some of the background, so I could show you the background for this Internet Insanity Circus show. So I've done all new animated backgrounds just for the circus show. I'm hopeful that that show's going to do well. It's going to be a Kick only exclusive show, only on Kick. Maybe. I doubt we'll post it anywhere else because it's going to be pretty raunchy and it's not going to be monetizable on YouTube or anywhere else, right? But no, I think it'll be interesting. So, yeah, there's a little preview of upcoming things. We'll take one more time. I will check in with the Kick chat, see if there's any support to call out over there. We've called out everything else. And let me go to this creator dashboard. And my favorite thing, revenue, right? Still nothing new. The last person to subscribe was Chorgon Scormhammer. So we thank them. That was yesterday. No money, no honey. You guys on Kick are going to make me start yelling at you like Darkside Phil, right? Yeah, it gave me a first-person view of the crowd. And then I could see exactly, and wherever I looked, got filmed. So, you know, and I also used to take that footage from the crowd because once in a while somebody would have like a big gaping mouth, like, oh my God, they were so shocked, or some shocked look on their face, and then they start applauding, and I would cut that in with my promo reels. It was good. How much is this conference though? I think it's $300 just to listen to David Wilcock. That's the regular price. And then you only get a little rock. If you spend $600, you get a big rock, right? And I want to take the rock that you get to a gemologist who will confirm that Wilcock is scamming people even with the rocks, that there's no quartz crystals in it, you know, because he's claiming there's quartz crystals in these rocks. I don't think so, right? I watched Ashton Forbes go after Ross Coulthard. Yeah, I've heard the story. Yeah. And we played your video on the show. I hope you don't mind. When I play somebody else's material, I always make them the same offer, which is, thank you for letting me play one of your clips from your show. If you ever want to use anything from my show, you have my full permission to do whatever you want. You know, we have like Grateful Dead rules here apply. If you want to edit, take it apart, put it back together, whatever, you're free to do that. Just give me a link back to my channel. All right, so we have done our due diligence, and I'm going to bounce on out of here. I've got some editing to do and some other things. We'll leave you with this one, though.
David Wilcock is a total liar. We never tried to bang him in his butt. The truth is, it was the plow guy who did but stuff with David Wilcock, not us. We've been framed for assault. David Wilcock lies about everything. We never tried to eat that guy, and we sure didn't kill him and bring him back to life. He made it all up because he was having pillow fun time with the plow guy. Don't believe a word this guy says. We didn't mess with his butt, honest.
So there we have. Even the reptilian aliens are saying David Wilcock is full of shit. And by the way, now David Wilcock, he previously claimed that he was butt banged by reptilian aliens. Now there's another clip of him claiming that he was butt banged by demonic alien grays. So that would be what? A pair of demonic alien grays. So that would be like 4 different aliens butt banged David Wilcock. And why on earth would you tell people that aliens are butt banging you and say that shit in public? It's pretty ridiculous. Well, friends, for now, that's all I got for you. Until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you.
All right, this is an original by me, the Railroad Bum, although I do not beg, called Golden Streams, a felting of David Wilcock in honor of Mr. Stephen Cambion. So this is for you, Stephen. Golden Streams. I saw David Wilcock He sounded like a psychopath, looked like a gay hooker. Said the angel Michael bade him to rain gold showers, to bathe in his own piss, to unlock superpowers, golden streams, psycho dreams, sizzler jackets, anal beads, Q-tard nonsense in the cucumber patch, washed up delister from some ancient alien's trash. He ain't no prophet, he ain't no psychic. His only power is telling super lies. He grifts your granny, some crystal hippie bitches, with new age word salad, aliens and pseudo bullshit, golden streams, psycho dreams, sizzler jackets, anal beads, Q-tard nonsense in the cucumber patch, a washed up delister from some ancient alien's trash. Wilcock lied about our friend Mr. Cambion. Said Stephen threatened, swatted and robbed him. But the only thing that Stephen did was help to expose Wilcock's low down, dirty grift, golden streams, psycho dreams, sizzler jackets, anal beads, Q-tard nonsense in the cucumber patch, just a washed up delister from some ancient alien's trash. He's just a washed up delister from some ancient alien's crap. And crap is right. Thank you, Stephen.
David Wilcock got a secret stash hidden somewhere deep in his past. Whispers in the halls of fame, a box of dildos stealing names. Rumors spread like fiery smoke, hidden deep beneath the cloak. Voices silent in the dark, questions rise like a spark. David Wilcock in a box of dildos. Where was it hidden? No one really knows. David Wilcock in a box of dildos. Oh no, oh no, it's starting to show. Talking about the things we lost, secrets buried deep in the frost. What's the truth and what's the lie? No one's safe beneath the sky. Echoes in the dead of night, cast the shadows in the light. truth and what's the lie? No one's safe beneath the sky. Echoes in the dead of night, cast your shadows in the light. Where's the truth behind these walls? Broken silence as it falls. David Wilcock in a box of dildos. Where was it hidden? No one really knows. David Wilcock in a box of dildos. Oh no, it's starting to show.